JP Shadrick, Mike Dempsey, pride of the Jaguars running back Fred Taylor. Well, the first game out, Fred, Mike, didn't go so well in the results, let's put it that way, but a few standouts that, we were all going to look at the quarterback position tonight. Mm-hmm. Got to see that. The run defense from the first team was a positive tonight to take away. A lot of that was early in the game, though, Fred.
Yeah, those are the things that definitely jumped out. We talked about it upstairs. What stood out the most to me was the rookie quarterback. And what I said with the 3 C's and what we like to see, he's able to communicate with the sideline. He's able to take full command of the offense, get the guys in position, no delay of games. You see veteran guys that typically have delay of games here and there. And the last C is just making completions. We all want to see that. So I thought he got out there. He did a fairly good job at it.
Yeah, I didn't think Trevor Lawrence looked out of place at all. It's just the disappointing thing is you had your first unit out there early on in the game, and the Browns obviously were going with their backups across the board, and you would have liked to have seen them get some success putting some points up on the board. Thought Marvin Jones had a couple of nice grabs. Yes. He had the one where he kind of double clutched it because the ball got on him so quick, but he did haul it in, and then the other one showed you what we've seen throughout training camp and the offseason, JP. He can go after those contested high-point balls really well. It's why he's been such an effective scoring threat over the last 4 years in the NFL with 3 9-touchdown seasons.
Run defense from the first team group tonight. It seemed like guys, Devon Hamilton stood out, which is not really unexpected. He's 6'4", 330 and a year older and wiser, and they spent a lot of capital in the offseason to shore up that defensive front, at least in the early stages tonight against a second-team offense for Cleveland. Mm-hmm. They gave up 12 carries, 15 yards in the first half.
Yeah, you want to take advantage of your personnel, and as you mentioned, he's a big guy. You're running a 3-4 base defense. It starts with the zero nose, the nose tackle. And if he can, two-gap leverage and control his guy, it gives the 5 techniques, which have to take advantage of their offensive tackles. It gives them an opportunity to hunker down and let your speed guys move around, led by Miles Jack, then your secondary getting in there. So as you mentioned, the run game was stout, extremely stout, in my opinion, early on. So I'm excited to have seen that tonight.
Yeah, I think, though, the Cleveland adjusted with a lot of, little screen passes, and they hurt the Jags with that early kind of, Fred, as an extension of that running game. They ended up piling up 240 yards in the first half, so they moved the ball pretty well. Jags tightened up when it got into the red zone. Of course, the Browns went for that 1 4th down where they would have typically kicked a short field goal. But overall, the scoring defense did a better job, I thought, than the defense in terms of the yardage allowed tonight.
Yeah, I would agree. And again, that bend but don't break mentality. Give up a few, give up a few here and there, and that's what you're going to get from a 3-4 defense. You're going to get where the offense has to be patient. They're going to get 3 yards here, 3 yards here, a few yards here. I thought they can play better on third downs, but the scoring defense as you mentioned, Mike, that was really solid.
Jaguars fall tonight in preseason week 1. Browns 23, Jaguars 13. We're waiting for the first word with head coach Urban Meyer. He is scheduled to join us shortly here on Jaguars Postgame. Looking through it, how about Tavon Austin? A guy who was not on the roster about a week ago. They've had some injuries at wide receiver. He jumps in camp and immediately starts playing pretty well in training camp, and tonight put together a pretty good performance at wide receiver again. 4 catches, 52 yards, and a touchdown, and guy who's done it for a while, Fred, but it's I think Urban actually said this earlier in camp. He's been impressed with guys like Austin who've come in really kind of cold and have stepped right in.
Right. I can tell you he caught me off guard to see number 34 out there, receiver. I mean, from a personnel standpoint, he definitely slid one past me, but he looks like a scat back out there wearing that number. And, it's preseason. He's a guy who's been around. He understands it. You want to take advantage of all the opportunities you get, no matter, how they come. You're going to get out there if it's late in the fourth quarter and try to be effective, put yourself on the coach's radar, and give yourself another opportunity the next week. So I think his output tonight will, give him a few more reps next week.
Yeah, I think a very first practice, JP, I was out there. He had a nice run and a reception very early, showed good burst. And you're like, who? You had to kind of adjust looking at your roster. Oh, yeah, Tavon Austin's here. Right. And he had a nice connection with C.J. Beathard tonight, who to me was a little bit of the story of the night, because this is a guy that was clearly getting outplayed by Gardner Minshew in the battle to be the backup quarterback to Trevor Lawrence, is the way I look at the quarterback battle anyway. And, Beathard came out tonight 13 of 16. Thought he looked pretty good. I thought he really started to pick it up the weekend of the scrimmage. Had a nice practice on that Saturday, carried it over onto that Sunday, and here we are a week later. And I thought Minshew struggled a little bit, Fred. He hung one out there that should have been intercepted up the sideline. Got picked off on the Hail Mary and then missed Etienne wide open out of the backfield. So it wasn't the best of nights for Gardner, I didn't think.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. And JP and I, we spoke about it. We also talked about the 14-play, 75-yard scoring drive led by Beathard, capped off by Austin. And that was, I thought he did really well on that. But Gardner, he has to play better. If you're going to be a backup in the NFL, no matter the time of the year, you got to have better output than that, what we saw tonight. So, in my opinion, I think Beathard, based on his play tonight, deserves more opportunities to show that he can be the backup.
I think they had that kind of in mind, when they signed him. It wasn't,
some guaranteed money.
There's some decent guaranteed money. It's not a record-breaking contract or anything like that.
Right.
And who knew what the market might be for Gardner Minshew? It didn't really develop, it seems like, over the offseason. We've still got another month to go. But I think the one thing I saw from Gardner, Fred, that we saw last year, and you kind of forget about it after an offseason, is when the protection starts to break down, he starts to jump around a little bit in the pocket, and doesn't just stay in there and go through his progression. So I think that got him once or twice tonight as well.
Right. I mean, but that's who he is. That's what he's been. That's what got the team excited. A year ago, he's not a guy that's going to sit back there and take a sack. He's going to move around, try to extend the play. That's just his game and his makeup. But a lot of times that can get you in trouble too.
Jaguars postgame after a 23-13 Browns win over the Jaguars. We're awaiting the first word with head coach Urban Meyer after the opener in the preseason, and we got our first look at Trevor Lawrence tonight. We mentioned the quarterback play this evening. We'll get to the running game. There wasn't a lot of that tonight. That'll come up a little bit later in Jaguars postgame, and some strong defensive play in moments. Cisco stood out, I think, tonight, had a pretty good night. The safety out of Syracuse with 4 tackles. We'll break down all that defensive play as we move along here on Jaguars postgame. Of course, next week the Jags have more camp practices this week, and then it's on to New Orleans for Monday night's preseason week number 2. Now time for the first word with head coach Urban Meyer. Coach, it's JP Shadrick with you. Not the result you wanted tonight on the scoreboard, but what did you learn about your football team tonight?
Well, just disappointed in the first half. 85 total yards of offense, and it was the classic how not to play field position football, and that is the 2 penalties on special teams put us deep in our own territory to start a drive. And then you go for it on 4th and 1, and that's 3 times that you put your defense in poor field position. So just classic how not to play a game, and good learning experience. We're going to have a good conversation about that, and you just can't have nonsense penalties on special teams, especially when we knock one out. And I think it was like a 60-yard return.
Yeah.
Defense good against the run, but we got to tighten up our coverage. And then offensively, we got a couple pressures, a couple sacks early on against the young quarterback. We just got to stiffen that up. Second half, I like the fact that we went much better tempo. I don't want to be a slow offense, and we're going to chat about that as offensive staff. I want to get up the line and go. And I just felt like we were slow. So a lot of things to work on.
Trevor Lawrence tonight, coach, 6 of 9 passing, 71 yards. You mentioned a couple of sacks there early in the game. How is his grasp of things? Obviously, the lights aren't too bright for him. He's been through this a time or two at a high level. What did you make of his night overall?
Well, it was decent. I asked the same thing to Schottenheimer, and he's pretty average, but you never know until you watch a film. We'll visit with everybody next week and give you a better evaluation. He certainly wasn't awestruck in the speed of the game. There's fast players all over the field, but I thought he had a couple of very nice passes. He stayed in the pocket and delivered one down the field to Marvin. Yeah. I thought his best throw was the outcut on the 3rd down onto his left. He threw it on time and great anticipation of the route, and we got the first down. So he was okay, and just need more experience. I know we got to get him out of the game, but I want him to play, and I want to play the guys. But I get it. It's a 20-game season, so we got to be smart.
You got to listen to the coordinators. You were saying this earlier this week. Darrell Bevel, Brian Schottenheimer are advising you wisely, I think, right? Because I
just want to play. I want to play and go, and it is a the reality is this is a marathon, and that's why I hired those guys.
C.J. Beathard toward the end of the game, 13 of 16 passing tonight, 102 yards. How did he look for you?
He looked good. He had tightened up a little bit. That's why we got Jake in there. But Jake also threw in a couple nice passes. C.J., I'm glad he had some success. I like the guy, tough guy, and works real hard at it. But he got the ball out quick. We went better tempo, and that's the way I want to play. I want to get up to the line of scrimmage, snap the ball, and go.
Couple final thoughts with you, Coach Urban Meyer, with us here on Jaguars postgame. You mentioned the run defense. Strong early. The first group looked good tonight. That was a priority in the offseason. That's a positive step.
Very strong. The one that gave up 300 yards passing, but I'm looking right here. Net yards rush was like 40-some yards. So very good against rush defense. I never felt one time. We had two big, two screen plays we let get out. And that was, that was a big part of it. And then also, young Tyson got beat. We were man-free in the, 50-50 ball, and the guy came down with it. So a lot to work on. But overall on defense, I thought I enjoyed watching our defense play. Offensively, you got to get going.
Final thought with you here. We saw a photo of you before the game kind of coming out of the tunnel, first time. You glad to be back? Is it what you thought?
Yeah, it was I love the stadium. Obviously, when I was in Florida, we jogged on that field 6 times, I believe, and just got to make sure we jog off this field a winner.
Sounds good. Coach, thank you for your time. Appreciate it.
You bet. Thank you.
Head coach Urban Meyer joining us on Jaguars postgame, the first word with a head coach each and every week. And Jaguars postgame is presented by Florida Home AC. Call Florida Home AC today, official air conditioning partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Up next, the Baptist Health Locker Room Report. Plenty more ahead after a preseason Week 1 loss for the Jags. Browns 23, Jaguars 13, and it's Jaguars postgame on Jaguars Radio.
Hi, I'm Urban Meyer, head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Call Florida Home Air Conditioning, my choice for heating and cooling.
For a limited time, Florida Home Air Conditioning will buy back your old, inefficient HVAC system when we take up to $1,750 off your new heating and cooling system purchase. You get a new, energy-efficient HVAC system for as low as $99 per month and up to $1,750 for your old system.
Call Florida Home AC today, official air conditioning partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
You're beyond busy. Between work and the kids, the dogs and the cat, let us help. With Publix Delivery powered by Instacart, you'll get the items you need from the store you know. Just shop online, select the time you'd like your order delivered, and grocery shopping is done, giving you more time to take care of everything else.
Publix Delivery, powered by Instacart. Visit Publix.com/delivery to shop.
Questions, whatever you guys got.
You submit your overall assessment of the game. Prides himself on winning plays. There just didn't seem to be a whole lot of them.
Yeah, I just keep everybody reminding me it's 20-game season, so now was it 19-game season left? Disappointed with the offense, 85 yards first half, and it was a classic how not to play field position. Guys that give great effort on a kickoff return and knock it out 60 yards, and it goes back to the 10-yard line. Just classic how not so teachable moment. And then and that was one of our good players. I think it was Dewey Wingard. And then the 4th and 1, real disappointing. I thought our defense hung in there. We gave up a lot of yards passing, but did good against the run. Trevor, I believe, was 6 and 9, but we gave up 2 sacks, I believe, with the number 1 offense line, which shouldn't do. But I'll get more for you if he's holding the ball a little bit long. I kind of felt he did on one of them. But we'll have more for you after watch. But just disappointed offensively. I don't like slow offenses. And I told those, I thought the third quarter was better with just tempo, getting up the line of scrimmage, snap the ball. And I don't want to be one of those slow, wallowing offenses. And we'll get that fixed.
Do you think the tempo was on Trevor?
No, it was on us. We just got to get it in, go, and emphasize that. No, not at all.
Trusting what he saw, or when you're holding the ball on, or was he?
I have not even really had a chance to chat with him yet. I will. I'll certainly answer that question when I talk to him. But I asked the same thing to Bev, but I'm not Bev, but Shadi. I said, "How did he play?" And he said, "We did pretty good." I thought the ball on his left, right in front of us. I think it was 3rd down. He really anticipated a nice outcut, scrambled and delivered a nice one down to Marvin Jones. But I do believe he held the ball a little bit, and I got to find out why. We got to find out why.
Is that kind of what you expect out of a rookie guy too, first time? There to be some jitters and be preseason, things like that, as opposed to, I mean, pretty good at it, as opposed to pro, interception.
Well, he's played in environments tougher than that one now, but it is an NFL team, and that's there's good players all over the field. So I'm anxious to talk to him. I've not spent, we're coaching the game, so I'm going to spend a lot of time. What did he think? He certainly wasn't awestruck. We got to execute better. We got to protect him better, and got to get our wideouts healthy and just play better.
How did you think that Cam Robinson and Juwan Taylor played for you tonight?
I asked him, and once again, I just don't know because I don't want to say something I haven't really studied yet.
Is it any more concerning that you had most of your starters and they had most of their backups, third teamers even?
Concerning, yeah, everything's concerning. That's my job to be concerned. Yeah.
Coach, with practice, CJ had Thursday, pretty good one from what I saw, and then made a couple plays tonight. Are you much more encouraged?
CJ Beathard?
CJ
Henderson.
Oh yeah. I saw him make a couple plays out there tonight. I'm just like the fact he's getting back into game shape. I'm not sure how many plays he had, but that COVID knocked the teeth out of him, and then he came back and started practicing good. So we just got to get him revved up at game speed and game shape. We get Taven Bryan back tomorrow. We get Philip Dorsett back tomorrow, which is going to be important. DJ Chark's still a little bit of ways away. We need some juice on offense right now.
The Schobert trade, are you guys paying a portion of his salary?
I believe we are. I don't, that's a trend. Yeah, I don't want to say something that's not true.
Can you just take us through why he wasn't a good fit for this defense?
I wouldn't say he's a good fit. We felt good about the depth that we have right now at the linebacker position, and that was one of those things. I just listened and learned a lot about the whole process with that, and I get it. You got special teams value too. With you start taking Quarterman and Quincy Wilson and Dakota, and there's another one, Chappelle. So we have 4 young cats that have some really special teams value to us right now.
How did you feel out
And Damian, we felt, is really coming on. I'm sorry?
How did you feel out there, your first NFL game coaching and then, first game in general in a couple
Felt
of
great
years?
until I looked up and saw 85 yards at halftime. So not.
What do you feel as positives for your defense? I mean, it seemed
Defense?
Like the run defense.
Yeah, I thought good energy. I thought we're gonna, we are, the Baltimore and it's the Jaguar style of Joe Cullen. I thought the defense line, we made some investment in the defense line. I never felt like we lost the line of scrimmage on the defense. Obviously, we just got to make a couple plays with the balls in the air. The two screen plays came, it was like we never saw a screen before. And they came out, Cleveland executed it good, and we just didn't play well on the screens.
Did you find it at all disheartening, even though a lot of the players that were in the game at the time may not even be on your roster, that gave up a 20-play, 89-yard drive in the fourth quarter that ate up 10 minutes of the clock?
Am I disheartened?
Yeah, I mean, just when you see something like that.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Just, like you said, I'm not sure. I'll visit with our defensive staff, who's on the field, why are they on the field, why do we take it. Coach Strong and I had a little chat, like, it's the newness to me is the length of the season. I keep hearing that over and over again, and I just, I'm learning. I would have kept them in the whole game, but that probably is not very intelligent.
Offensive line and blitz recognition. Offensive line.
The ones or overall? The ones, I think we had 2 sacks with the ones, but I'm not sure it was a pressure. I'm sorry, I'll let you know more this week.
Let's take 2 more. You have your first cut down day on Tuesday. Do you walk out of here tonight knowing what you're going to do, or how
No. No, that's going to be tomorrow. We're going to, I think we go down to 85 and then, just keep cutting each week.
Obviously, you were down DJ still, so I'm sorry.
I'm sorry?
Obviously, you're down DJ Chark still. What did you see from the wide receivers that were out there? Were they able to?
Just okay. I thought Laviska and Marvin competed really well. I thought the 2s and 3s went in there and really competed. I thought, I love Hammond. I love the damn Tavon Austin shows up in 5 days and he's all over the field. So I like those guys, man. They just practice like that. So you got Shark and Philip Dorsett are guys we're counting on. And then Agnew, I pulled him. I thought he had a couple nice plays, but I pulled him out because he's our returner. and we invested quite a bit into that. So he's going to be with kid gloves until we get to game one. He's so valuable. So I'm not panicky. You know, I saw the same thing you did. Let's move the ball down up the field, and we didn't do it.
Lopsided game late. A lot of coaches would have been running the ball to get out of there. You're calling timeout. Get guys play. Is that say a little bit about what you're doing, trying to get a look on all these guys, even though?
Yeah, I just think it's fair. We're gonna, the livelihood of some players are gonna be on our hands right now, and so I just kept staring at it, and I said, I want to see these guys play. Half those receivers will be gone, and how do you do that without letting them play? I'm sure Cleveland, Divina, they probably got the same dilemma. That's the way I look at it. As I've been saying all along, I'm trying to take as much subjectivity out of this as I can, and how do you do that? Watch the film and chart it. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
What's your assessment, first preseason game?
Yeah, first preseason game. A lot of things to learn from. New team. I think we did some things well. Obviously, some things we didn't. Can't speak on it until you truly watch the film. You always feel a certain type of way, but until you watch the film, that really solidifies what happened out there.
How did you feel about Trevor's command in the huddle tonight?
I thought he did well. I mean, a rookie, first preseason game. I remember how I was then. I thought he did well. Again, room to grow. First preseason game. Excited for what's to come.
Coach Meyer mentioned wanting to up the tempo and get you guys to the line faster. How do you fix that?
You just rep that in practice. You know what I'm saying? That's just something you got to do in practice, and that's something that we'll emphasize this week.
I think after he came out, you and he came out at the same time, and you guys were sitting on the bench right next to each other. Can you kind of give us an idea of what you guys were just talking about then, and maybe what you were telling them, or what?
Yeah, I mean, it's just number one. Here we are back at it, right? It's football. The same game we've been playing since we're kids. I think we're going to be a very good team. We were talking about what went on out there. So, I mean, the kid understands it. He sees it, and he's only going to get better. I wish we had more time to play out there. As we get going, everything starts rolling, right? You get to see the defense, see how they're playing. So we were just talking about the two series we had.
Randy, were you able to see what happened on that first sack?
I haven't seen it yet. I think we gave up some pressure, and we couldn't. I don't know. Again, same thing. You got to watch the film, right? We need more protection. It is what it is.
So, were you satisfied, Brandon, with the offensive line's performance tonight?
No. I would like to obviously drive down the field those first couple drives, score. First down. That's what we had in our mind. It didn't go that way. Again, we got to watch the film. Once we see it, we can critique it. And good thing is we got next week to learn and to keep going.
You talked about you remember what you were like your first preseason game. So what were you like that second game? How much did that change?
Oh yeah, it changed a lot. I mean, this is everyone's dream, right? To be in the NFL, playing at their home stadium. The crowd was great. And again, it's football. It's the same game we've been playing since we're kids. As the season goes on, we get better. Things start rolling, right? You shake out all the nerves and then you just roll.
Brandon, does timing set up pretty well for getting a rookie quarterback ready? In other words, you got a long week before New Orleans, and then after Dallas, you got 2 weeks. So is there a couple of windows there for Trevor and the offense to keep getting better?
Yeah, of course. I mean, again, it's a new offense, new I mean, new team, right? Every day we're getting better. Every day we're building that cohesion, that communication. That's what you need. It was great. I'm glad we all played. I'm glad he didn't rest any of us, right? Get out there, shake the rust off for some of us older guys. But yeah, every day it's just gonna keep building.
How much more would you like to play in the next game? I know you played 2 series tonight, and did Cleveland do anything that maybe messed up communication on the line?
No, I don't think they did anything. I mean, yeah, I would like to. The more you play, right? Like once we get into that first game, you play the whole game. That's what we love, right? You get to start flowing. You get to see what the defense is doing. You know, we're still in camp. We prepped Cleveland, but it wasn't a full week of film watching and bringing out all the plays. You know, it was a very basic game plan. So, first preseason game, next one, be better. Third one, and then start rolling into the season.
Brandon, what are you seeing from Cam Robinson, Walker Little, that battle? We were talking to Cam, he was pretty blunt, just saying, I have a good relationship with Walker.
Oh, yeah, they got a great relationship. Listen, we got a great offensive line room. We all love each other. Cam's playing great. Walker's doing some really good things as a rookie. But don't get it twisted. It's all love in there.
What did you think of Ben Barch tonight? Last one.
Who?
Barch.
I thought he did well. Again, got to watch the film. You know, I'm doing my job seeing the defense, so I'm not like watching Ben, but I thought he did well. So I'm excited. I'm excited to watch the film and see how everyone did.
All right, thanks, Brandon.
Appreciate it, guys.
Football in the Caesars Superdome. That's a little bit away. We'll preview that game coming up in just a little bit. Time for this week's Defensive Play of the Game presented by Kingfish Pest Control. You know, Mike, I think we're going to go a little different tonight and pick a couple of plays and a defensive player that stood out and a guy who's been in the headlines over the last week or so.
Were you wanting to get maybe one more series after not getting points in the first 2 drives?
Always. Yeah, you're always wanting to – that's a tough thing I'm learning about preseason. You got to take care of yourself and the team and make your plays count when you're in there because you just aren't going to get as many as you'd like sometimes, just depending on how the game's going. So I thought we were starting to kind of settle in there a little bit. I thought the guys that came in later in the game did great. Cleveland did a good job, big zone team. They matched us pretty well. But no, I mean, I feel like first time out there, I felt comfortable, felt poised. Obviously, the first play is not kind of what you want for the first play, but after that, I thought we did a good job. We communicated well up front. They did a really good job with protection. At least one of those sacks was on me for sure, just holding the ball too long. So that's something I'll work on, and just maneuvering in the pocket is something I've always got to work on. So other than that, I missed an easy one to Marvin, a little quick out that I wish I would have hit. But other than that, I felt good out there. I thought we were seeing it all on the same page, and there's obviously things to clean up, but I thought it was a pretty good day.
Did you feel your comfort level grow as the drives went off?
For sure, yeah, and that's like anything. Like the first play, you're a little bit, especially first game here in the NFL, like you're a little bit nervous, but then after that, you're just playing ball. So definitely felt that setting in. Was feeling more comfortable. And like in these preseason games, it's just hard to get in a rhythm the way we're doing it because we're just trying to get looks and a lot of people playing and figure it out. So I think we're doing a good job. Obviously, want to win the game. That's the goal. So want to get better from that standpoint. But no, I thought the guys we played the whole way through, and I think everybody saw that.
After that second series, you spent a lot of time on the sideline with Marvin Jones. It's like a 10-year vet. What was he kind of sharing with you after that?
Yeah, we're just talking. I mean, that's the first time. Obviously, we've been together in practice and all that, but in a game, it's different. And the communication we had a third down, and we had a certain route on this third down, and we're just talking about, how deep he is, what I'm thinking he's going to do, how I'm seeing it, how he's seeing it from his standpoint, and it's just great conversations to have. A guy that's been doing it for a long time, and now playing with a new quarterback, and I haven't played with him before. Those are things you just got to work out and talk about. So he's awesome, communicates really well. And that's what I was just kind of trying to do with all the guys.
this is what I'm seeing here. This is why I did that. That's why I made this call, and just working through it.
Do you look upon this result tonight as disappointing in any way, or do you just look upon it, hey, it's a learning experience, it's the first preseason game?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's disappointing anytime you lose, but it is a preseason game, and for us, that doesn't change anything. We still want to win, but you do have to take the nuggets that you can learn from, and some things you're going to do well, and other things that'll kind of show you, I need to work on this. You got to clean this up. So we learned a lot. There's a lot of things that we need to work on. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you want to win the game, and we didn't. So we want to get better at that.
You admittedly held the ball a little bit on a couple plays. Would that be normally where you scramble a little bit and you're just trying not to scramble and take those hits in the preseason?
No, not. It wasn't that, but I will agree with what you said. I think using my legs a little bit in those situations when protection's great. We don't have anybody open. They're just matching us well on defense. They had some good zone calls today. Just using my legs to extend some plays and put us in a better situation. I think I could have done that a little bit better tonight for sure. But no, it didn't have anything to do with me not trying to take a hit or anything.
Take a minute at all or a second at all to kind of soak it in, or just,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's something we talked about this week, some of us players, like during the national anthem. That's a really cool time to soak it all in. We're all lined up right there. The whole stadium's quiet, and you can kind of just reflect and know how blessed you are to be out there. And it was a pretty cool moment for my first time out there, and really just even to your guys like Linder, like he talked about that, and this is his 8th year, and he's still, like, that moment is still so big for him every game. So we're grateful to be out there.
Any nerves more so for this game than many other games that you play, just because it's the first one, NFL now?
Not really. I mean, a little bit of just like, first NFL game, whatever that is. I mean, not really. I usually typically get nervous before the first game of any season anyways, so that's pretty standard. But no, it was exciting. I was ready to get out there. It's been a long time coming. This has been my dream, so it was good.
I don't think this could give you one of those really short passes that you guys are hitting early.
Yeah, he's awesome. Just run after the catch, super strong, physical runner with the ball, and you can see what he does in space. Like, we had a few tonight that he did a really good job. He always will make the first guy miss or shed the tackle, so that's something that he's really good at. And then he's just a really dynamic player because he can run any route in the route tree and get open, and then he can do stuff like that where you get the ball in his hands and he can make plays.
Could you talk about the throw you made to Marvin Jones? Like, you had time, and you watched him run that route, and you read that play.
Yeah, we had I'm trying to think what right on that play. So I was in the pocket for forever. So that eventually ended up turning into a scramble, basically, because he's seeing me back there like, all right, I hitch up 3 or 4 times, nobody's open, and he did a good job of just getting open and reacting. And that's something we've been working through camp, is the scramble drill. And I didn't actually scramble, but everyone has that time clock of, all right, the play is not working as it was designed. At this point, we got to make something happen. And he did a good job, reacted quick, went upfield, and at that point I saw his back turned. I could have probably led him a little bit more. I just didn't want to overthrow him with the DB's back turn, so he made a great catch.
Coach Meyer mentioned wanting to up the tempo on the offense, get to the offensive line, or get to the line a little bit quicker. Is that just them getting the play call to you earlier, or are you taking a little bit of a different approach in the huddle?
I think it's a little bit of everything. Different times, it's different things. Like, it's just sometimes you're not going to be able to get the play call in really quick. Like, Coach Bev's got a tough job to get the right call for that situation. It changes every play. So sometimes it could be that, but I thought we did a good job getting the call in. It's more so now, like early, when you have different personnels coming in and you're playing a lot of different guys, you got to get used to the flow of substitutions. And we got a big roster right now, so a lot of guys are playing, so it's not always the easiest thing just to come in and out and stay on the ball really fast. So that's something we definitely need to work and get better at, and in practice having the play clock emphasis. Like, when I get the call, let's get it out, get up there quick, try to ID it so we can make adjustments, because that's what you don't want, is to get up there late and not be able to react with the defense is going. You're just snapping it because you got to hurry and beat the play clock. So I'm sure that's what he's talking about, and I agree. It's something we got to get better at. But, yeah, it's always a little bit tougher when you got so many substitutions right now. Thank y'all. Y'all have a good night. Appreciate y'all.
Josh Allen will be in
33 minutes and 8 seconds, Mike.
Yes, individually, as we've mentioned, C.J. Beathard led the way among the quarterbacks, 13 of 16 for 102 yards and the 1 touchdown, a quarterback rating of 114, easily the most productive quarterback for the Jags tonight. Trevor Lawrence started, went 6 of 9 for 71 yards. He was sacked twice, QB rating just over 90. Jake Luton came in with a touchdown pass late to go 8 for 13 for 53 yards with that scoring toss, and Gardner Minshew 4 of 8 for 47 yards. On the other side, Kyle Lauletta threw it 27 times, completed 19 for 212 and a pair of scores. He was the leading passer for the Cleveland Browns. On the ground, Daria Gunbowale, 8 for 24. As you mentioned, JP, not a whole lot going in the rushing department on either side here. Corey Taylor, 6 for 17, led Cleveland on the ground. Josh Hammond, 6 catches for 55 yards for Jacksonville. Tavon Austin caught 4 for 52 with a score. And Marvin Jones Jr., 3 for 52 in the early going. Davian Davis of the Browns, 4 catches for 56 yards and a score. John Kelly, 4 out of the backfield for 44. And Demetric Felton, likewise, 4 catches for 44 yards. Defensively, for the Jaguars, Chris Claybrooks, who had that long return, as you mentioned, JP, overturned due to penalty, had 4 solo tackles, 5 total, including 1 tackle for loss. Shaq Quarterman, Doug Costin, and Sidney Jones, along with Andre Sisco, all totaling 4 total tackles. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, the rookie, with a very nice statistical debut. 7 solos, an assist, a sack, 3 tackles for loss, included, of course, that quarterback hit on the sack as well. So he was all over the place and paying dividends as an early second-round pick for Cleveland this year.
The defending ACC Defensive Player of the Year. The one-year Notre Dame was in the ACC last season, and a really, really good player, and had a good debut tonight. You know, we mentioned some of the receivers.
Front row, front left.
This is what it felt like, huh?
So the run defense looked remarkably more stout, the entire front, from what it was a year ago, where it was giving up almost 5 yards per carry. I know you weren't seeing Chubb and that crew, but can you talk about the approach of the defensive line tonight and their first group together since you rebuilt?
First and foremost, man, our goal every time we go out take the field is to stop the run. That's our mindset, because we can't rush the passer, we can't get pressure, we can't do what we need to do. Let's want to stop the run. It's the easiest thing to do in the NFL, and if a team's real efficient, that's what we want to continue to do that. So our mindset was to come in this game is to stop the run. We didn't know who was going to play. We was ready for whoever, and we just got to stop the run and get better week in, week out.
Screen defense. It looked like you guys.
You saw what?
Screen defense.
Yeah.
It looked like they got a couple of decent screen passes on you guys. How do you fix it?
I don't know. Run to the ball. I don't. It's just one of those gimmick plays. It's all about your eyes and just leverage. Just gotta run to the ball, play with that relentless effort what we coached, and we'll get it fixed. That's not a hard fix.
This game, disappointment that didn't go better, or first preseason game, so all these new faces, new everything, and so.
First and foremost, we play to win. I don't care, like for 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, I don't care. Our mindset is to go out there and win, and we didn't win, so that kind of hurts everybody. You know what I'm saying? Just have that pride. You know what I'm saying? We have a pride to us that we just don't want to lose, and just to come out and lose, you know what I'm saying, it hurts. But I know the team, and I know we're gonna, we're gonna be good, and we're gonna keep fighting, and that's what it is.
Did you feel like with all the new guys, you communicated pretty well on defense?
Yeah, communication. I'm sorry. No, communication was something that we did not worry about just coming in. Because I know we communicate throughout practice, and I know it was going to carry on, and carry on today. So communication-wise, up front, back end, I feel like, we did what we needed to do, and I feel like we can always get better and improve. But it's definitely a great start, and we just need to keep improving week in.
What do you see out of Devon Hamilton, Josh?
Oh, man, Devon has the capabilities of being the best nose tackle in the whole NFL. And we tell them that. Everybody tells them that. You know what I mean? I truly believe, and like I said, everybody truly believes that he can be the best nose tackle. And, I think he is. And but as long as he believes that, as long as he go out there and does his job, man, he's gonna be the best.
You've seen a number of guys shipped out the last couple of years. What's that like when a guy gets traded right before or in training camp, like Joe did the other day?
Football. It's the National Football League. The more you play in this league, is the more stuff you're gonna see. You know what I mean? As y'all probably know in your profession. So you just can't take anything for granted. Luckily, Joe went to a team that needed him most. That's a blessing. But for a lot of other people, it doesn't happen like that. So, hope Joe and his family transitions well, and I wish him nothing but the best. And any other guy who's about to go through these first cuts, I feel like, I feel like everybody on this team do training camp bust their butt to be on this team. But, we can't have everybody on this team. So, but I think, they keep working, somebody's going to pick them up.
What do you say about the depth at that position, the inside linebacker spot?
The inside linebacker spot?
Yeah.
We're deep. You know what I mean? I feel like we have a good, group in the middle. And I feel like we just keep playing downhill, play the run, and just do linebacker things. I feel like we're going to be straight. So really not worried about that.
Travion stayed on the field for a lot longer than a lot of y'all did. What have you
Who?
Travion?
Caleb? Oh, yeah. Yep.
Stayed out there a little bit longer than the rest of y'all did. What sort of progress have you seen from him, especially in this new season?
I mean, from what I seen, I saw him get a lot of good rushes in. When the Browns actually started to drop back pass, man, he was getting a lot of good rushes. And so now he's starting to learn how to capitalize on those and set his moves up. So just seeing the growth from year one to year two is definitely a big improvement. And like I said, I can't wait to really just rush with him and just go all out. So it's going to be a fun year to watch us too. It's plus Smoot. Smoot, somebody that definitely grown, and I can't wait to rush with him.
How would you assess the pressure you put on quarterback as a unit
tonight? Personally, like me? Like, I mean.
Outside line, playing this new scheme, if you like the amount of pressure you put on, you feel you have to improve that, or where you feel you're at with that after this game?
I mean, when we put ourselves in a position to rush the passer, I feel like, we're gonna we're gonna have that opportunity. But from when I was out there, I feel like, for when it was more quick passes and, what I'm saying. So the best we can do is really just push the pocket and get our hands up. So we might get tips and passes. So, but later in the season, once we play more and more, we get in more and more situations and more different types of plays, and that's when you can come back to me on that one.
Wins and losses in the preseason they generally don't correlate or indicate how a team's going to do in the regular season. But for a team that hasn't won in 16 games, I mean, how much do you guys feel like you desperately need to win, especially the guys from last year, even if it is preseason?
Yeah, I mean, last year was last year. You're not going to get another answer. We have a whole new coaching staff. We have all new faces, as you can tell on the defensive side, all new faces that has not played in a Jaguars uniform before, who's played in a winning culture, who's played on teams that have been successful on defense. And so now they're bringing that here. And I feel like as soon as we play together, as soon as we really connect on a way of okay, I know what you about to do next, man, I feel like we're about to be a tough defense. I feel like we're going to be a tough team. I feel like this is going to make us stronger. Because we know we need to fix. It's not like nobody's out talenting us. You know what I'm saying? It's not like we just got blown out. You know what I mean? We're going to be straight. We're going to go back to work on Monday. Well, we're going to watch film Monday, get reju Monday, come back. Wait, no, what's today? Saturday? Sunday. Come back Monday and be ready to practice. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's what I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to see how people are going to respond. And, we're ready for the next challenge when it comes.
Speaking of how they're going to respond, what was Coach Meyer's message sort of after the game? This was his first time in the NFL. He's used to winning. What was his message afterwards?
Come to work. Like you said, he's not used to that. You know what I mean? And And that makes me want to play, like, even harder. Like, I want to win, for myself and my team, but also this whole coaching staff, for him. You know what I'm saying? And because that's the trust that he puts in us, and that's the trust that we need to give back to him. So he basically told us to come back to work. He went up to guys individually to talk to them, see how their head was at. And everybody I talked to, I know we locked in. So it's the only way to improve every week and just come back stronger.
Josh, what do you think about C.J. Henderson's play tonight, and what have you tried to do, if anything, to kind of help him get back to feeling like he's an important part of this team?
I mean, he is an important part of this team. He's been out. He was out for I don't know how long, but I know he was out for a long time. And when he came back slow. You know what I'm saying? Not slow in play-wise, but just like he has to get back into the swing of things. We've been weeks in, in training camp, and he comes back in the thick of things. So for him just to go out there and make plays like that, I feel like we have a heck of a talent at corner, and I feel like that's just going to make our job a lot easier. Him, Shaq, damn, I can't even think right now. 11 o'clock.
Thank y'all.
Thank y'all. Hold on, let me see. Oh, no, they sleep. I'm trying to let you know. Sleeps. It's a blessing. Well, I don't know. I think I just sleep too hard. I sleep hard. It takes a lot to wake me up. Yes, sir. Thank y'all.
Thanks, John.
Damn, they only have 41 yards. Okay, I didn't know that. 41 yards.
You see Caleb on. You said Clay.
The creative, Jacksonville, Florida, results-driven marketing, and a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
A lot has changed in 60 years, but there's one thing that remains the same: our commitment to our customers and to our community. There's no place like Jacksonville, and there's no place like Gate. Thank you for allowing us to serve you, past, present, and future. Now through August 31st, Jags fans can enjoy 2 of your favorite roller grill items for just $2 at participating Gate locations. Get them while they're hot. Gate, serving up more.
Hey Jaguars fans, tired of being late to the game because you're still stuck in traffic or circling the block looking for a place to park? Next time, join thousands of other Jags fans who already know the smart way to get to the stadium is on the JTA Game Day Express. Express shuttles run from 5 convenient locations, including the newest location at FSCJ downtown. Tickets start at just $8 and are available exclusively on the MyJTA mobile app. The JTA Game Day Express. It's like winning before the game even starts.
Jaguars postgame presented by Florida Home AC continues. JP Shadrick, Mike Dempsey, Fred Taylor. Glad you're along with us after a loss in preseason week 1. Browns 23, Jaguars 13. Time now for the Baptist Health Injury Report. Baptist Health, changing health care for good. A couple of names popped up tonight. Trey Herndon was early in the game off to the side in the medical tent. They were looking at a knee, and I think he came back around. He was questionable at one point. Andrew Wingard was being evaluated for a concussion. Those are really the only 2 names that truly popped out tonight. Of course, there's the names of guys that didn't suit up tonight. Anybody with really anything questionable injury-wise did not touch the field tonight. DJ Chark is not expected back until, Urban Meyer at least earlier said that he should be ready by week 1. He had surgery for a hairline fracture in his middle finger on his right hand. That's at least the one that was taped up on the field the other day.
Pretty safe assumption.
I'm going to guess, Either way, You have a pretty good idea what DJ Chark is. He's put on that muscle this year. He was challenged by Urban Meyer to do that when they first met this offseason, and he responded. And it's a contract year for DJ Chark.
Sure.
Everything's going to be locked and ready to go for DJ whenever it's time.
Fred, how much, obviously the more the better, but how important is it to get DJ maybe, even if he's ready for week 1, to get him on that practice field maybe a week prior to that to reestablish a little bit of that chemistry that he's trying to develop with Trevor Lawrence?
No, you want to definitely get him out there. You want to definitely get him out there. And, again, just timing, that the chemistry, the timing, and just so he can, understand that he's 100% healthy for himself to feel better about everything going into the season.
There you have it, the Baptist Health Injury Report. Baptist Health, changing health care for good. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Jaguars radio network. The Jaguars Game Day radio broadcast is presented by ViStar Credit Union. Jaguars postgame presented by Florida Home AC continues in just a moment. Final score, Browns 23, Jaguars 13. And it's Jaguars postgame on the Jaguars radio network.
Jaguars fans, here's a great way to pay with pride wherever you go. Exclusively from TIAA Bank, the Jacksonville Jaguars Visa debit card comes with a fierce look and fantastic features, along with the convenience to make purchases online or at millions of locations worldwide. And it's yours, free, when you open a Yield Pledge checking account. Order yours today. Visit TIAABank.com/JagsCard. TIAA Bank is a division of TIAA, FSB, member FDIC, and the official bank of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
You're working from home. So how do you connect with coworkers and clients? With RingCentral, the #1 global communication solution for business. RingCentral makes talking, texting, collaborating, and video calls easy. And it's all on one platform. And when we say everyone should be connected, we mean it. It's why we're giving RingCentral free to educators, health providers, and nonprofits. Learn more at ringcentral.com. Welcome to the new RingCentral.
If something's been hurting, aching, or bothering you, don't ignore it any longer. It's time to take care of your health again. It's time to make an appointment with a Baptist Health primary care doctor or specialist. Call 904-202-4U to schedule a virtual visit or see a doctor in person at a Baptist Health location. The time for better health is here. Call 904-202-4YOU or visit getbetterjacks.com.
It's a fact. All cars will eventually break down. If you have CarShield, you can protect yourself from the high cost of auto repairs. And they're America's #1 auto protection company. Your transmission, engine, and car's computer system are all covered. Get the ultimate vehicle service protection. Call CarShield now at 800-471-1223. That's 800-471-1223.
Jaguars postgame is presented by Florida Home AC. Call Florida Home AC today. Official air conditioning partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. JP Shadrick, Mike Dempsey, Fred Taylor. Browns 23, Jaguars 13. Another week of camp coming up. And some coaching points from this game tonight for Urban Meyer and staff. I'm sure they're already into the tape, most likely, and they'll be ready to roll. Day off for the players tomorrow, but here we go. Week 3 of training camp, week 2 of preseason, Fred, this week. The Jags visit the Saints on Monday night next week. So we get a little extra time to go through it, and these battles continue.
Correct. I think one thing that will jump out in these meetings, the coaches will probably just start with effort, technique and effort, starting with the big guys up front. Because if you have you got the #1 pick of the draft, you got to protect him. We want to see him do well, but we're not going to be able to see it if you can't see him upright throwing the ball, which is what he does best. So I think the conversation for that group will be effort, technique. We saw AJ with the little alligator arms and not extending and getting into the guy. And we saw Cam Robinson just pretty much just laying there. and letting the guy get into him too. So these guys got to go back and make sure they rehearse their techniques and take care of the quarterback.
I think, too, for Trevor, Fred, I like your opinion, see if my eyes are telling me the right thing. I thought he held the ball a little long on a couple of occasions tonight, and I think there might be some of that, hey, I know I've got the talent. I really just want to make a play. I'm so anxious to get this thing started and show everybody what I'm able to do that sometimes, probably at Clemson he didn't have to just sail it out of bounds all that often, right? So, I wonder if learning the patience that comes with it and learning to fight another down is something that he needs to work on in the short term.
I thought he did some pretty smart things with the ball. He didn't force anything, but you could be right. I mean, it only takes a split second to see if he is holding the ball. But you will know if Cleveland has started the Myles Garrett and the Clowney, Malik Jackson. If those guys are out there, he would have had to definitely get it out a lot faster, and we would recognize it much sooner. But I don't know. I wasn't looking at the receivers downfield. My eyes was pretty much just glued on him with what we were able to see. So from my standpoint, I really couldn't gauge on if he was holding it too long.
Preseason week 2 next week. The Jaguars and the New Orleans Saints, 8 o'clock Eastern time kickoff from the Caesars Superdome in the Big Easy, and it is the capper of week 2 in the preseason in the NFL, the final game of the week, and we will be back on the network next week at 7 o'clock with Countdown to Kickoff, and, of course, with Jaguars postgame afterward. We're off and running. Here we are.
Can't wait.
Here we are, one game down. Hopefully a bunch more playoff games to go at the end of the 17-game regular season.
Honestly, I'd like to think, we'll all look back and think, oh, this is where it all began, but if Trevor Lawrence goes on to success, we'll never think about this game ever again. No. So, what I mean?
We're not thinking about last year's record.
Exactly. Let's hope we never have to think about anything approaching that.
Hardly remember what the record was.
We got what it was.
We got the biggest prize,
Well, true. Oh, I remember the record. We were here for all 16 of them.
Yeah, we were, but we're not thinking about it, right?
The streak is still alive, by the way.
But just imagine if we can say, 10, 12 years down the road, maybe even longer. Trevor Lawrence's first NFL play was a sack fumble that he recovered.
That's true. That's true.
It's
a trivia question.
If you remember that, Fred, I will buy you whatever you like 12 years from now, all right? Let's meet here 12 years from now with a couple or 3 Lombardi trophies up on
57-year-old Freddie T. I think my memory might be working
all right.
still then.
All right.
I love it. Mike, Fred, great stuff. We'll
Appreciate
talk to you
guys.
again next week, Fred.
Pleasure to be back with y'all, man.
Fred Taylor, always a pleasure to have you here with us. For those on our flagship station, 1010XL in Jacksonville, stick around. The Scoreboard show is next, featuring NFL Network analyst Bucky Brooks, and we'll take your phone calls. For those on the network, you can join us on our Jaguars social media channels. We'll take your calls for the next hour. Jags Senior VP is Chad Johnson, VP of Production Patrick Cavanaugh, Executive Producer Dave DeCandis, Manager of Radio Joe Fortunato, Tony Smith and Linda Fortunato are our producers. Brent Reber, Trent Padilla produce video for Jaguars.com. For Fred Taylor, Mike Dempsey, and our entire crew, this is JP Shadrick saying good night. Final score, Browns 23, Jaguars 13 on the Jaguars Radio Network.
It's time for the Jaguars Scoreboard Show. JP Shadrick, Mike Dempsey, and NFL Network analyst and former Jaguar Bucky Brooks are ready for you to sound off about today's game. The Jaguars Scoreboard Show is brought to you by Baptist Health, Farah and Farah, and by TIAA Bank. The Jaguars Scoreboard Show starts right now.
Welcome into the Scoreboard Show for the first time in 2021 in the preseason. Final score, Browns 23, Jaguars 13. 355 NFL1, the number 355-6351. We're going to take your calls up until midnight tonight. Here we go.
How about that?
Yeah.
Here we go.
All
Trevor
right.
Lawrence era has begun.
Trevor Lawrence era has begun. The Urban Meyer era has begun. he was pretty frank in his post-game comments with us. What did he say? It was
I got it written down here. Quote, classic how not to play a game, end quote, by Urban Meyer.
Thanks, Herbs.
Right there.
Appreciate that.
Look,
Pretty
he's
good.
been very open and forthright about what he has seen and what he is learning and needs to know and what he wants to impart on his team. And I'm sure they probably got an even stronger message than classic how not to play a game.
I would think so, and they'll continue to receive that message, I think, in the week ahead. Bucky Brooks is with us now, NFL Network analyst, Jaguars preseason TV analyst. How was your night, Buck?
It was good. It was good for the most part. I was excited about the quarterback. Quarterback looked good. Threw the ball around.
Yeah.
Didn't score enough points. Defense was good in certain spots. Stopped the run. Young guys played okay in coverage. Just got kind of ugly.
The quarterback's on the ground a little too much.
A little bit. Which one though?
The first, which Trevor Lawrence,
Got
the one
sacked-
that doesn't
got
need to be
sacked
on the
twice.
ground.
He got sacked twice. I mean, come on.
Yeah, twice.
Like
Some
11
pressure.
dropbacks.
A little bit.
Pressure.
Some of those now, you remember, like early, they're trying to dial up shots and they're trying to show them off. They're trying to put out the new toy and
Like Trey
play
Lance,
with them.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, so they try to throw. Yeah, the Trey Lance. They try to get the shot.
That was a pretty nice
And
shot.
So they didn't get it. I don't know. I mean, running game didn't really get cranked for a while, and I think early. That has to be the thing when we think about the regular season. The running game has to get going so it doesn't put it all on Trevor. Obviously, first home opener, they wanted to show him off. They came out throwing a little bit, and that stuff. I think the main thing that you see is the Browns play sticky man-to-man. And do the Jags have enough wiggle and stuff at the line of scrimmage to be able to get loose when people walk up and kind of try and choke them out?
Yeah, you talk about the running game, too. I thought, James Robinson's first carry, very reminiscent of what we saw last year, just going to carry a body or two for an extra yard or two, and then he converts the first down, got stuffed on the fourth and short after they had taken him out of the game. You wondered if they'd put him back in for that play. So I think it's hard to tell. I'm sure you do as well, Bucky, that, hard to know what kind of rhythm they could have gotten in offensively if they could have leaned on Robinson a little.
Yeah, a little bit. All those running backs, because we really didn't see Travis Etienne really get into the mix or how they're going to use them. We haven't really figured that part.
Oh, Gardner, hit him in the flat, and let's find out what he's got, man. He's,
wide open.
Ooh.
Yeah. And they're going to keep some of that. They're not going to show all that now.
I mean, can I get a little bit, though? Get excited?
A little taste?
I mean, that would have been the taste.
I mean,
but,
just a taste.
yeah.
I looked on the other side, and the Browns are throwing to Demetric Felton over and over and over again. Like, we can't get Travis Etienne a little wiggle.
You got 2 more preseason games to, whet your appetite.
Yeah, but it's the opener. I'm like Urban. I'm not waiting on year 4. I want a year 1. I want game 1. I want to see it all right now.
Let me ask you this, Buck. They did do a good job overall with the run defense, right? Held Cleveland to 1.6 yards per carry. But Cleveland's not running out Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt and those guys out there. Overall, the Browns put up 240 yards of offense in the first half. And I know the Jags' first-team defense probably wasn't out there for every snap, but it started the ones versus basically their twos. How concerning was that first half that I felt like Case Keenum just could go to the check down anytime he wanted, a little outlet, and the Jags weren't doing a really good job either recognizing or covering it or what have you?
I'm not as concerned about that. I think the thing that was coming into the preseason, the number one thing was stop the run. Can the Jags stop the run? Because we know if they can't stop the run during the regular season, they have no shot at being able to win any games because it allows the other team to control the game. And so the fact that they were able to stop the run with the 1s, the 2s, and the 3s against an offense that, regardless of whether you have Kareem Hunt in and Nick Chubb in, their offensive line they maul. They move people off the ball. Jacksonville held their own in the trenches, which was positive. I thought the coverage on the outside was pretty solid, particularly with the early group. Shaq Griffin, Tyson Campbell, with the exception of the hiccup where he lets it go over his hip, where he just doesn't find the ball. Even C.J. Henderson, those guys lined up and played man-to-man, and Andre Sisco coming down. So I like that. What you're typically doing if you're Joe Cullen and playing defense, if you can force the quarterback to have to check it down to the running back, more times than not, that's a win for the defense because you're saying you're not going to take a million checkdowns and move the ball down the field. And so the fact that they kind of ran up a bunch of those dink and dunk yards, I'm not concerned because what was killing us last year, the ball flying over the head, the deep ball, and then the running game. The fact that they kind of contained that tonight, I felt like that was a step in a positive direction.
We'll be here until midnight taking your calls. 355-NFL-1, 355-6351. Bucky is ready to hear from you. Aren't you, Bucky?
I am. Midnight. Call me to midnight.
You're not caffeinated anymore like you were this morning, huh?
I mean, look. I had a lot of caffeine when I came in.
+2, Bucky. Come on.
I had a lot coming in.
We're back in a moment with your calls. It's the Scoreboard Show on Jaguars Radio.
Hi, I'm Urban Meyer, head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Call Florida Home Air Conditioning, my choice for heating and cooling.
For a limited time, Florida Home Air Conditioning will buy back your old, inefficient HVAC system when we take up to $1,750 off your new heating and cooling system purchase. You get a new, energy-efficient HVAC system for as low as $99 per month and up to $1,750 for your old system.
Call Florida Home AC today, official air conditioning partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Hey Jaguars fans, are you ready to talk some trash? Well, nobody talks trash quite like Waste Pro, the official waste service and recycling partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Specializing in residential and commercial solid waste and recycling collection, processing, and disposal, Waste Pro is equipped to handle all your recycling and garbage removal needs. For service, call 904-731-7288. Waste Pro, caring for communities and caring for Jacksonville.
A lot has changed in 60 years, but there's one thing that remains the same. Our commitment to our customers and to our community. There's no place like Jacksonville, and there's no place like Gate. Thank you for allowing us to serve you, past, present, and future. Now through August 31st, Jags fans can enjoy 2 of your favorite roller grill items for just $2 at participating Gate locations. Get them while they're hot. Gate, serving up more.
At VyStar, we believe in better. And what's better than saving up to $5,000 in closing costs when you buy or refinance a home? With a VyStar no closing costs mortgage, you'll get a great rate, no hidden fees, and like the name says, no closing costs up to $5,000. If you believe saving money is better, join VyStar. Equal housing opportunity, insured by NCUA. All loans subject to credit approval. Offer not available on VA and FHA mortgages. For more information, visit VyStarCU.org.
Your family isn't like anyone else's. Your home shouldn't be either. At Dreamfinders Homes, you can build the home of your dreams in one of their 30-plus communities in Northeast Florida. Choose from luxury single-family homes or maintenance-free townhomes from the 200s. Dreamfinders specializes in homes built to fit your lifestyle. To find out more, call 904-738-0165 or visit dreamfindershomes.com.
Why live with foot or ankle pain? If you have persistent pain, numbness, tingling, burning pain on the bottom of your foot, or swelling that doesn't improve with home treatment, it may be time to see Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute. Our foot and ankle specialists have innovative new options to help you get back in the swing of things without persistent pain that slows you down. Call JOI 2000 or go to joionline.net for an appointment.
The Jaguars Scoreboard Show. Scoreboard Show continues right now.
We're back. The Scoreboard Show continues. 904-355-NFL1, the number. 904-355-6351. We are here till midnight. JP Shadrick, Mike Dempsey, Bucky Brooks. We did this show virtually all of last season, our first year doing it, and now you're here.
That's right. You don't hear the dog barking in the background. None of that.
Sunday, the dog.
We don't have to watch you on a monitor right in front of us.
Sunday's.
Just
quiet.
wanted to get her thoughts in. Right?
Yeah. Now we're good now. Live and in color. It's good.
We're back. All right. We're glad to have you here.
Yeah, I'm excited to be here.
Well, we're glad to have you here.
Hopefully some of my favorite fans will call in.
Oh, I guarantee we got at least one of them right here. All right. I mean, I don't know who else we would lead off with here, Bucky, at 355-NFL1. I would say 90% of the times Saqib has called us over the years, we've had depression, anger, sadness, some combination of those things. Rarely joy, but he swears he's turned over a new leaf, and he joins us to lead us off here on the Scoreboard Show for the first time in 2021. Saqib.
What's up, guys? How are you?
Great.
We're good. How are you?
How are you doing?
I'm good. I feel like it's good to have football back. I'm excited. Guys, you guys know I'm always excited about seeing our guys go back, and play and everything. But just seeing the defense play a lot better, seeing the new quarterback, seeing Trevor Lawrence, play better. It feels good to have everything back to almost normal. So I'm just calling you guys to say, you know what, I'll try not to be a little, about it, just complain about everything. I'll try to, not do that. But it's just good to have football back, and hopefully we have a good year. And, I'm just excited to have our boys back, and hopefully just everything goes back good and we don't have any issues, and we win some games and go back and probably go to the playoffs in a year or two. That's all. It's exciting to be again a Jaguar fan and just to see everything what's going on right now, man. I'm just happy right now.
Who is this guy, Bucky?
Wow.
It's a new era.
It's preseason.
It's a new era. We have a new coach in Urban Meyer, a new quarterback, and it's like turned over a new leaf. He's reading positivity books. Maybe he just read The Coffee Bean, John Gordon, or whatever. He's all positive right now.
What? What's he reading?
The Coffee Bean. It's Coffee Bean. It's like a little fable, like positive change.
Oh, right.
It's a leadership book.
Maybe I should look into that.
Yeah, I'm just going to leave it at that. Saqib, we're happy that you're happier, at least. I don't feel like he was full-throated all the way.
It's preseason, Saqib.
It is.
And now the tone will change week 1 or week 2 if this performance
Well, let's
were to
hope
show
not,
up.
right? Let's hope the Jags come out of the gates with a victory over the
agree.
Texans, and we forget all about this preseason stuff. But we're happy that you are taking a more positive attitude, Saqib. Let's move along here. Dez is next up on the Scoreboard Show with Bucky Brooks and JP Shadrick, Mike Dempsey. Hi, Dez.
Hey, buddy. How y'all doing, man?
We're good.
Great, man.
What's up?
Hey, all right, man. Come on, somebody. What's up? My boy ETN, man. I wish you was there, man. We had the stadium. We had a little cup of hand dog together. I would like to talk about the defense, man, about the flats. Every time the Cleveland Browns quarterback dropped back, they was eating up our flats in the middle of the defensive coverage, even over the middle. And then as well, the offensive line, what's up with the offensive line? That was Jawan Taylor getting beat off the ball the first play of the game when Trevor Lawrence had the strip sack fumble. And I feel like the offensive line needs to gel together better because Ben Barch, I feel like he wasn't doing good. He was getting beat a couple of plays. And also I like to say this, Walker Little, I feel like he's going to come for Cam Robinson's spot, and I'll take the comments off the air, man.
Appreciate the call. Was the sack fumble in the first play, was that on Can or was that on Taylor, you think? Or do you remember?
I can't remember. It came off this side.
Came off
I
right
thought
side.
I remember on the
Robinson,
broadcast that they thought it was Cam or Can, excuse me.
AJ Can.
AJ Can. I got Cam, I got Can,
yeah,
and I have Taylor in there. Yeah, AJ Can I thought was at least
he's got to put his hands up.
At least what Jeff and Tony
Yeah.
thought. That he gave up late pressure is the way they described it on the play. So
yeah, late pressure. I will say this about the offensive line. I think it's only a matter of time before Walker Little is somewhere in the starting lineup. I don't know where that is. I don't know if they move him to right tackle, if they move Cam Robinson to right tackle and kick Jawan Taylor inside. But I think seeing him perform like he performed in practice and then continue to do it in the game, it's a matter of time. And when you talk to Urban, he's excited about him. So when are they going to pull the plug and reshuffle the deck chairs on the patio? I mean, at some point it's week 2, so I guess it has to happen this week. If this is going to be the dress rehearsal, the second week of the preseason.
do you think it will be the dress, or do you think they'll? Because we were talking about that, and the guys were at the end of the broadcast saying, maybe it's a half for Trevor Lawrence in week 2, and then maybe play him into the third quarter in week 3 because that's it, and then you have a 2-week break before you're back on the field.
What are you going to do for 2 weeks?
Practice. Like I don't want him to play the three quarters in the last preseason game and sprain an ankle.
Right. Oh, me either. I'm with you.
Right,
and it's your
know.
last evaluation chance to see other guys too. And you've already trimmed the roster twice at that point.
Yeah. But what if he goes out and has a half next week, or maybe they put up 7, but they don't look super explosive offensively? Would you want to see him a little bit more in week 3 at that point?
Okay, I'm going to use Urban's own words at it. He said, "There's a point when you know that your guys are game ready.
Okay,
and for every player, it's different." And so, to your point, you talk about Trevor. If Trevor plays a solid half next week, then maybe he doesn't play much at all the third game. But if he struggles a little bit, or if the offense is disjointed, then maybe you have them play the third preseason game.
Let's take a timeout. Plenty of calls ahead. 355-NFL-1, the number, 355-6351. If you're on the line, stay there. We'll come back and get your thoughts after a Jaguars loss in preseason week 1. Browns 23, Jaguars 13. It's the Scoreboard Show on Jaguars Radio.
Jaguars fans, here's a great way to pay with pride wherever you go. Exclusively from TIAA Bank, the Jacksonville Jaguars Visa debit card comes with a fierce look and fantastic features, along with the convenience to make purchases online or at millions of locations worldwide. And it's yours, free, when you open a Yield Pledge checking account. Order yours today. Visit TIAABank.com/JagsCard. TIAA Bank is a division of TIAA, FSB, member FDIC, and the official bank of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
You're beyond busy. Between work and the kids, the dogs and the cat, let us help. With Publix Delivery powered by Instacart, you'll get the items you need from the store you know. Just shop online, select the time you'd like your order delivered, and grocery shopping is done, giving you more time to take care of everything else.
Publix Delivery, powered by Instacart. Visit Publix.com/delivery to shop now. That's Publix.com/delivery. Item prices vary from in-store prices. Service fees may apply. Available in select zip codes. Publix, where shopping is a pleasure.
Proven IT implements a strategic game plan designed to streamline your business for maximum results. Make the winning choice with the official business systems partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars, Proven IT. Proven IT's technology experts use a customized approach to understand how to design, implement, and monitor solutions that optimize your business. Proven IT provides managed network services, document management solutions, office technology, voice and data solutions, and more. Visit ProvenIT.com to see how they can streamline your business. Proven IT, transforming workplace productivity.
If something's been hurting, aching, or bothering you, don't ignore it any longer. It's time to take care of your health again. It's time to make an appointment with a Baptist Health primary care doctor or specialist. Call 904-202-4U to schedule a virtual visit or see a doctor in person at a Baptist Health location. The time for better health is here. Call 904-202-4YOU or visit getbetterjacks.com.
In America, the future belongs to everyone. So we built the SUVs of the future for everyone, like Ford Escape, Edge, or Explorer, all named 2021 IIHS top safety picks with specific headlights. One of the many reasons why Ford has the freshest lineup of SUVs in America. Because the SUVs of the future aren't built for a few, they're built for America. Ford SUVs, drive one today. When equipped with available LED headlamps based on AutoSource Incorporated data obtained on 10520.
We teach everybody at Fair and Farah that the only basis upon which they judge themselves is by the client's success, not your own. This firm has been built over the last 40 years on the trust of our clients, and we intend to keep earning that trust. That's the focus of everybody who works here at Fair and Farah, how they can benefit the client today. Farah and Farah, here for you, here for good. Jacksonville.
The Jaguars Scoreboard Show. Scoreboard Show continues right now.
Welcome back. 904-355 NFL 1, 904-355-6351. We're here until midnight taking your calls after a Jaguars loss in preseason week 1. Browns 23, Jaguars 13. JP Shadrick with Mike Dempsey and Bucky Brooks.
I'll say that I think the Urban Meyer, Trevor Lawrence, Urban Meyer effect is already evident. on the pregame. I mean, the fact that we've got as many people calling in. I mean, Jaguar football pregame scoreboard show or preseason scoreboard show has been a bit of a wasteland the last few years, let's just say.
Right.
So,
crickets.
Yeah, it's coming up on midnight. We got a lot of people, and it wasn't the most thrilling game, but, I think the excitement is showing right now.
It's the first glimpse. It's been a long, long off season, and now everybody's fired up and ready to see this in person.
Yeah, we got a chance to see the quarterback. We got a chance to see him live. We got a little glimpse at the scrimmage, a little small taste, and then you got a chance to see him for 2 drives. One, he moved it down the field. We had a missed field goal. Then we had a turnover on downs, but that's okay. Move the ball.
So one of the callers a moment ago, I forget which one, was talking about the offensive line. And I mentioned that quarterback's on the ground a couple times, all that. You're like, it's two plays, whatever. I mean, what is your concern level, if any, with the guys up front right
Well,
now?
it was the first drive, so I wasn't really concerned about it because after that it kind of settled in. I would think that Trevor was going to be nervous preseason debut, no matter his pedigree. He's playing a national title game. It's still the first time he's played as a pro in front of a crowd against another team and those things. And so he might have held on to it a little longer than normal. Mm-hmm. But then after a while, I think he settled in. And the thing to me that was impressive about the 2 drives where he was in, negative situations, negative plays early, overcame those on multiple occasions, led them down the field, and then you still saw some of those big-time throws that you would like to see from your franchise quarterback. So I am really, really positive on him. I think the next step is, can they put together the offense the way that we think the offense is going to function, meaning a nice balanced mix of run and pass to take the pressure off him, because I don't care as much as I like him, I don't want to see him throw it 35 to 40 times a game as a rookie. I would still like to see him ease into it, and if we keep it right around 30.
25 to 30, somewhere in there?
Right, somewhere in
That's
there.
the sweet spot.
Yeah, I don't want to throw in too much.
All right, back out to the phone lines we go. 904-355-NFL1. Pierre is next up here on the Scoreboard Show. Hi, Pierre.
What's going on, fellas?
Good evening. How are you?
I hope everybody is safe and all is well.
Same to you. Appreciate it.
All right. I want to talk to my guy, Bucky. Bucky, are you listening, Bucky?
I got you.
Man, last season I was feeling like my guy Sakib. You feel me?
Uh-huh.
Now I'm starting to feeling like Coach Pierre. I don't want to nitpick Bucky, but concern. I don't want to see my number 1 quarterback on the ground twice. Or any quarterback, Bucky. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We got to protect that guy. That's what Urban said. We need to protect the quarterbacks. Not just Trevor, the quarterbacks. So we're going to have the first string. We're going to have these guys to a higher standard. Same thing needs to go with the second, third, and fourth string players that's trying to make this team. These guys need to be held at a high standard. I'm tired of looking at the game, and we don't score until the fourth quarter. We finally put up points in the fourth quarter, but we can't do that. We can't put that much pressure back on our defense like last season. You get what I'm saying?
Oh, I get exactly what you're saying.
We need to get something going here. Come on, Bucky. Help me out, Bucky.
Come on, Bucky.
Well, I mean, I'm trying to help you out, and I know we all want the 1s, 2s, and 3s to provide stellar protection to make sure that the king is not penetrated, he's not hit, but sometimes it happens. I think early in the game, here's what we want to see. We want to see if it continues to be a pattern where the quarterback is getting hit. If he's getting hit a ton versus the Saints and then against the Cowboys, well, then there's a real cause for concern. But right now, he got touched up a little bit, but it's the first preseason game. It's not going to be perfect.
I'll go on Coach Pierre's side, though, and say you got touched up with no Myles Garrett and no Jadeveon Clowney out there on the field, too. That's the thing that had me a little concerned was it was second-team pass rush against your first-team offensive line getting to the quarterback.
I mean,
Bucky, you don't seem concerned.
No, because it's early. You can't panic week 1. It's early.
No panic. Just recognizing Coach Pierre.
I know.
I see you, Coach
You've only
Pierre.
got 1 season under your belt with us. The panic button gets hit early around here, okay?
It's halfway pressed when the kickoff starts.
Right.
I mean, it's a preseason game. Still trying to figure it out. We don't even know if we game plan for this one, do we? We kind of just rolled out
probably
the
not.
balls.
No, I would say no.
Right,
No,
so
it's all about us, Jaguars,
Right.
owning it, all that.
Right,
Yeah.
all that. So
4
we're
to
just trying to
6, A
figure it
B,
out.
play
Just,
fast.
just playing, just getting the ball out of our hands, just having fun.
Yeah.
I will say this, though. Pierre was worried about the offense. The offense looked noticeably different when quarterback 1, 3, and 4 were in. When quarterback 2 was in, the offense was ground to a halt. So my concern would be, why could the other 3 quarterbacks move the ball when the second quarterback, Gardner Minshew, couldn't move the ball? That would be the issue that I would have in the coaches meeting. What's going on with that second unit when Gardner Minshew's in the game?
All right, thank you, Pierre, for the call. Back to the lines we go at 355 NFL 1. Thomas, you're next up on the Scoreboard Show.
Hey, how's it going, guys? I appreciate everything. Yeah, I just wanted to talk about our boy Tim Tebow. The former Gator, former Nice star. Florida State champion. Yeah, I think so. I got me and my whole family. We all got jerseys of him, and we're so excited. The moment they signed him, it was like a celebration in our household. I was wondering when we're going to get to see more of him. Do y'all think he's going to make the team? Do you think they're going to mix it up, maybe play him at quarterback on occasion in the red zone, maybe give him some run plays? I don't know. Just Tebow. Anything you got for me? Let me hear it.
Appreciate the call. Dempsey, would you like to
you
start
want me to lead off there?
Yes, please.
Look, I do think if he were on the team, I absolutely could see him being like a 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, line him up in the pistol and just snap it to him guy. I do say that. But when you say play quarterback, no. He's not going to. He's got to earn his way as a tight end.
Yeah,
I mean, he's got. Look, he played against a bunch of backups tonight, and you really didn't notice that he was out there. So, look, I give him credit for everything he's been able to do to this point. He hasn't looked like he doesn't belong on a 90-man roster, but he also hasn't looked like he belongs on a 53-man roster, at least from what I've seen out of him so far. So I know everyone's excited. There are a lot of people excited about him. Bucky, maybe the loudest cheer, one of the loudest ones in the scrimmage last week was in one-on-ones before they even started, and he caught a one-hander, and the place went crazy for him. So people want him to succeed. I get that, but I don't think there's reason to be excited about him on the football field yet.
Not yet. I thought he was going to have a chance to make a play or two. The ball just didn't find him tonight. Maybe it'll find him next week. He did have a decent block down in the red zone. He kind of came across and kind of belly bumped a guy and kind of sealed the edge. It wasn't.
I know that was a scouting term. I didn't realize
it was a little belly bump. A little belly bump. He kind of threw his belly into the guy. Kind of boxed him out.
Okay.
Ran some.
It's in the scouting handbook.
Yeah, he ran some routes. He was kind of open in the middle of the field. The ball just didn't find him. Sometimes the ball doesn't find you. So maybe next week the ball would find him. I would think down in the red zone, I thought maybe he was going to have an opportunity to get it, but the ball went to Tavon Austin instead of
Tavon said he ran the right route. Tavon did.
Yeah, he's like, I don't know what route he was running, but I had a dig.
He told us that.
And I was right there. So and the ball came to me.
Saying.
So and by the way, Tebow missed a block on that play after the reception, and there's a clip going around of him missing another one pretty badly as well. So again, I'm not a film breaker downer guy. The coaching staff will evaluate that, but I get you're excited because he's the local hero, but in terms of, doing anything tonight to move him closer to making the 53, he didn't do that.
Yeah, I still go back to what Chris Manhertz told us at the press conference he had, earlier this week. Manhertz is basically did the same thing that Tim's trying to do, change sports, change positions, had never played football. And he said it took him 2 years to really feel comfortable as a tight end above the shoulders, and much less the physicality of the game, the actual he never had to do that playing basketball, right? 2 years, so maybe temper the expectations immediately for this. It might be a longer process and project than we think.
Yeah, it's going to be a project. I firmly believe that practice squad is his best path to being an eventual contributor, if that. So we just kind of see how that looks.
Yeah. I totally agree. I've been saying that all along. I think he's got a decent shot at the practice squad because now it's like, 16?
That's right. 16 guys, 6 unlimited experience.
Right. So I think he's got a decent chance to make it there and let him develop kind of in the background a little bit.
He has to pass through waivers first, though.
I think
he's
he has a decent chance to make that practice squad. Like I said,
I'm just letting you know.
I don't think that's going to be the issue.
It's a formality. He has to. No one can claim
Thanks,
him.
Bucky.
Understood.
Thanks for that clarification.
Just making sure.
Let's take a timeout. More of your calls ahead. 355-NFL-1, 355-6351. Final score, 23-13. Browns over the Jaguars in preseason week 1. It's the Scoreboard Show on Jaguars Radio.
How far should we go? When it comes to the health of children, we will stop at nothing, focusing on prevention as much as cures. Working with community leaders, educators, policymakers to make every child's world a place for them to thrive. Going to the nth degree and beyond. Nemours Children's Health, well beyond medicine. Join the journey at nemours.org/beyond.
Committed to the team. Committed to the mission. At Navy Mutual, we're committed to providing high-quality life insurance to members of the military and their families. So our policies have no fine print and no military service restrictions. We don't work on commission. We're nonprofit, so we pass the savings along to our members. Because at Navy Mutual, our highest commitment is to you. Visit NavyMutual.org. Navy Mutual, insuring those who serve.
At most sandwich places, asking for more of something is just part of the drill. But what if you never had to ask for more? What if more was just a given? At Daly's, more is what our sandwiches are built on. More meat, more cheese, more veggies, more quality, more taste. All for a price that's anything but more. Sandwiches from Dash, made fresh. Daly's.
Headquartered right here in Jacksonville, CSI Companies is one of the fastest growing workforce solutions companies in the nation. As a proud partner of your Jacksonville Jaguars, CSI has the resources necessary to scale with any enterprise, yet they are small enough to maintain the agility, personal service, and remarkable experience they've become known for over the past 3 decades. This is your workforce and your business reimagined. Visit CSICompanies.com to learn more.
Veterans, you may have earned a variety of VA benefits. Did you know VA can help you further your education and pursue professional training? The Home Loan Guarantee Program can help you buy, repair, or adapt a home. VA provides housing support if you find yourself homeless or at risk of homelessness. And don't forget world-class health care. Learn more about these and other VA benefits. Visit choose.va.gov.
Touchdown at Jaguars away games when you fly nonstop from Jacksonville International Airport. Join the Jaguars at Houston, Cincinnati, Indianapolis, and Los Angeles. Taunt the other teams in Nashville, New York, and Boston. When you fly nonstop from Duval, on-airport parking will punt the stress from your travel itinerary. Garage facilities offer defensive coverage from the weather and are a 50-yard dash from the terminal. And economy lots are now open at just $6 a day. To learn more about nonstop flights and on-airport parking, visit flyjax.com.
The Jaguars Scoreboard Show. Scoreboard Show continues right now.
Welcome back. The Scoreboard Show continues. 355-NFL-1, 355-6351. JP Shadrick, Bucky Brooks, Mike Dempsey. Preseason week 1 in the books. 23-13 Browns over the Jags, and we've had a busy show, Mike.
We have. Well, I mean, it's a busy time when we've got all these things here in Jacksonville for the first time. New front office, new coaching staff, new quarterback, new season. Bucky Brooks in person.
It's a new era of Jaguars football.
Right. Hashtag own it. There you go.
Own it.
Own it.
4 to 6, A to B, above the line.
+2.
Power through the edge.
That's right. Ultimate accountability.
I love it.
You guys can win that game. I'm not playing. Let's go back out. 355-6351. Adrian, you're next here on the Scoreboard Show. Go ahead, man.
I just got to say, our offensive line is absolute garbage. Last year, we ran the ball. James Robinson did a great job. Tonight, we showed what's really going on. They're weak up the middle. They cannot protect the quarterback. and we have a generational quarterback sitting back there that cannot stay safe. What do you guys think about that?
Thanks for the call. Appreciate it.
Man,
I wish somebody would bring this up tonight. I don't know.
I know. Like
Man.
preseason game 1, and
There's a concern out there,
Won the
Bucky.
Fortress.
You're fine. You're calm. It's early. I'm with you, Al, by the way.
I mean,
you talked me into
it is
this.
early. It's a marathon. They're still trying to piece together the offensive line and how all the pieces of the puzzle fit together. You have a young quarterback still learning this offensive system. And tonight, they didn't game plan. They didn't.
I would have
figure
said,
out-
but the counterpoint: did the Browns game plan when their second string was out there?
Yeah, but they're a more talented team. So here's the thing: the Browns are a team that is being talked about in the Super Bowl conversation because of the talent on their roster, and so it was.
But most of that talent didn't play tonight.
Yeah, most of it. But what happens is when you're talented like that, your backups are also talented because you assemble those guys, and so the disparity is a little different. Jaguars and Browns, and so I thought for the Jaguars playing a playoff team and a team that is talked about as a title contender, it wasn't a bad debut.
All right.
By the way, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah tonight.
He made a nice debut.
8 tackles, a sack, 3 tackles for loss. I mean, wow.
I mean, he was only viewed as a first-round pick by most people that evaluated him.
That's right.
Then he had
including Bucky Brooks, apparently.
He had a little medical issue that forced him to drop down the board. But what you saw is exactly what people thought about him. He's that tweener, that nickel linebacker type that can run from sideline to sideline and make plays against the run and the pass. He did all of that right away.
There you go. Good players on a good roster.
Yeah, good players. But the Jaguars' young players, they got some pretty good players. They had some young guys that showed up. I think the main one that was the biggest surprise because it was the mystery coming in. C.J. Henderson made a couple plays.
He did.
So you have C.J. Henderson making plays. Tyson Campbell made some plays even though he lost the ball on a touchdown. Andre Sisco stepped in and made some plays. Shaq Griffin was terrific in coverage. I mean,
that's good. That's the secondary right there.
Yeah, the secondary stepped up. Rayshawn Jenkins coming down, being in the box.
Physical.
They blitzed him a little bit.
That was a nice when he closed out, I forget who the receiver was.
On the sideline?
On the sideline.
Yeah,
I mean,
was nice.
he was coming with the quickness on that and left a mark.
Yes.
Yeah. So a lot of positive things. Those guys were good. Had a little pressure up front. Caleb on chasing, got a couple pressures.
Devon Hamilton pushed the pocket a time or two, I remember.
See, there's some things
Okay,
to build
hey,
upon.
all right. The glass is half full.
Always.
I like this.
Mr. Positivity.
Always.
Yes,
You just
indeed.
never, hey, it's going to flip. It's going to turn.
First day, first step. I get look, nobody's freaking out, I don't think, about preseason week 1, but
Well, last caller is. I think.
well, I mean, look, I'll say this though. We have how many times over the years, JP, you and I even talked about this, I believe, earlier today, where we said, it's only preseason, don't worry. And then you get to the regular season, you're like,
oh no,
we should have worried. This is a new year, though. New era.
New era.
Plus
New
two.
era. It's different.
Yes.
4 to 6. Completely different.
A to B.
4 to 6, A to B. As fast as you can, 4 to 6 seconds, A to B, straight line.
Beautiful.
And then when you get to the straight line, you get to the ending point, go plus 2 past.
Plus 2 beyond that.
Run all the way through. Run all the way through the line.
Just play fast, and if you make a mistake, the coaches will have to adjust that later.
That's right. It's on the coaches. Play.
Warrior competitors.
That's right.
That's right. Play. I like it.
Let's come back in a moment. We'll close out the program for preseason week 1. Final score, 23-13. Browns over the Jaguars. It's the Scoreboard Show on Jaguars Radio.
Hi, I'm Urban Meyer, head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When I'm looking for a company to provide comfort to my home and family, I look for the same qualities I expect from my football team. High standards, superior knowledge, trust, and reliability. I've found that with Florida Home Air Conditioning, guaranteed exceptional service, and more than 20 years experience serving Jacksonville and the surrounding communities make their company my choice for heating and cooling. Call Florida Home AC today, official air conditioning partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
You're beyond busy. Between work and the kids, the dogs and the cat, Let us help. With Publix delivery powered by Instacart, you'll get the items you need from the store you know. Just shop online, select the time you'd like your order delivered, and grocery shopping is done, giving you more time to take care of everything else.
Publix delivery, powered by Instacart. Visit Publix.com/delivery to shop now. That's Publix.com/delivery. Item prices vary from in-store prices. Service fees may apply. Available in select zip codes. Publix, where shopping is a pleasure.
Hey Jaguars fans, tired of being late to the game because you're still stuck in traffic or circling the block looking for a place to park? Next time, join thousands of other Jags fans who already know the smart way to get to the stadium is on the JTA Game Day Express. Express shuttles run from 5 convenient locations, including the newest location at FSCJ downtown. Tickets start at just $8 and are available exclusively on the MyJTA mobile app. The JTA Game Day Express. It's like winning before the game even starts.
In America, the future belongs to everyone. So we built the SUVs of the future for everyone, like Ford Escape, Edge, or Explorer, all named 2021 IIHS top safety picks with specific headlights. One of the many reasons why Ford has the freshest lineup of SUVs in America. Because the SUVs of the future aren't built for a few, they're built for America. Ford SUVs, drive one today. When equipped with available LED headlamps based on AutoSource Incorporated data obtained on 10/5/20.
Fans like you have been told that going all out is going too far. But fans like you know better. You're the kind of fan who loves the team as much as your pet. Who paints yourself for game days and dyes your pet's fur to match. Who bleeds the team's colors and buys your pet team-branded everything. Who plans every game day watch party for fellow sports lovers and their beloved pets, of course. You are a rare breed. You are a pet fanatic, equal parts pet obsessed and die-hard sports fan. At Pet Paradise, they're crazy about pets too. That's why pet fanatics take their pets to Pet Paradise, the official pet care provider of the Jacksonville Jaguars. And they're ready to go all out for your pet. Pet Paradise, it's a new day in pet care.
The Jaguars Scoreboard Show continues right now.
Welcome back. The Scoreboard Show wrapping up for preseason week 1, 23-13. The final score, Browns over the Jags. Trevor Lawrence gets his first action in the NFL. And there was some moments for him tonight. Good thing to get him out there, moving around a little bit. C.J. Beathard had a good game this evening. A couple receivers stood out. The defensive play against the run early in the game was a positive. Some secondary play. So there's some positives. We talked through a few of them a moment ago. It's not all, Debbie Downer around here.
Yeah, let's focus on the positives. Trevor Lawrence looked good. Didn't look like he was out of whack, that he was misevaluated. You saw the talent. You saw one or two of the wild throws that you typically like to see from franchise quarterbacks, so that was a check. Defensively, stopping the run early was good. Really did a good job throughout the game of stopping the run. Liked the physicality, liked the way they were able to kind of hold their own in the trenches. And then the young defenders in the secondary being able to play so much man-to-man. I'm not going to lie, I was a little queasy when they talked about being a man-heavy team. Just didn't know typically if you can't cover, then you get the big plays, but did a good job. They were always in position. I think the one thing that you look for when you have so many young guys, if people are catching passes, are they contested catches? And the majority of the catches that the Browns had on the outside, contested, meaning someone's there, bang, bang plays, stuff like that. So I think all of that is positive for a debut.
Yeah, Tyson Campbell was right there in position on that touchdown. He's just got to find the ball.
He's got to find the ball. Like, he has to look up instead of looking back at the quarterback because the ball is already in flight.
But the more important thing, I think, is the point you made earlier. I mean, to track his man, he's right there in his hip pocket. That'll come. He'll learn. He'll learn that lesson. What I'm curious, Bucky, how would you approach it then against New Orleans? Are you treating this like the old third preseason game? Are you playing the starters into the beginning of the third quarter, and then if they look good enough to you next week, are you shutting it down?
I'm definitely treating this as the old third preseason game. We're game planning. We want them to come out after halftime and see. Tonight's magic number was about 15. Urban had told us in the production meeting about 15 plays for the ones, kind of figure out how they go. Now I think they probably double that, up the ante to 30. That'll probably push you to halftime and beyond, because the one thing that you want the number ones to do is get used to going in for the 12-minute halftime, and how do you come out of halftime. So I would think we would see that next week. And then week 3 is for the guys at the bottom of the roster to have at it. They can do all that other stuff so you can determine who's your 6th wide receiver, which linebackers do you like, and those things. The third game should be the position decider.
All right. There you have it. The plan for Bucky Brooks in
Yeah.
the preseason. Coach Brooks.
I like it.
And also no timeouts in the last 2 minutes.
that was something tonight, too. Urban wasn't going to take him home with him. That's good.
What am I going to do, burn him up?
That's right.
Trying to get some points on the board.
We're trying to score here. We're trying to get better.
Oh, we're going to get enough in the first 2.5 quarters, though, next week, and it won't matter. We'll be, just trying to run the clock.
Training clock.
Get
at
out
that
of here with a
point.
W
Right,
at this
yeah.
point.
Taking a knee, doing all that stuff. Victory formation.
Wow. I mean, you got to practice it.
You do. It's a good time to do it. Let's wrap it up tonight. Safe flight for you. What do you got coming up this week, Bucky?
Nah, just normal stuff. Got a little NFL Network. I think we're back to NFL Now during the week, and you and I think this is
Wednesday. Huddle Up with Bucky Brooks is the name of the show.
I like that.
Wednesday afternoon.
On the marquee.
Yes. He is the name in lights. Yes. So it's Wednesday at 4 o'clock. And Dempsey guys are on 10 to 12.
10 to 12 all week long. Yep. Got a full cast. We got Garrard coming in Monday, Jeff Loggeman on Tuesday, Ozier on Wednesday, D-Rock on Thursday, McManus on Friday.
Wow.
How about that?
That's a lot.
It's a blockbuster lineup.
That's a lot.
My guy, David Gerard from Durham, North Carolina, right down the road.
Beer Truck.
Yeah, that's right.
That was his college nickname, Beer Truck.
Why was he called Beer Truck?
Because he was built like a beer truck. He'll tell you
Still
himself.
is, by the way. I mean,
he pretty much
he's a
is.
big guy. Yeah. He's large.
Yeah.
He's a big guy. And
he
a good
still
one.
hits the weights.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, that'll do it for the Scoreboard Show. Bucky Brooks, Mike Dempsey, I'm JP Shadrick. Thank you for the calls tonight. Next week, the Jaguars visit the New Orleans Saints, 8 o'clock Eastern Time. We're on the air at, let's see, that'd be 5 o'clock with the Publix Tailgate Show.
8 minus 3 is 5.
Thank you very much.
That's why we keep him around, JP.
Have a safe flight, Bucky. We'll talk to you next week. For everyone involved, thanks to our entire crew, Linda Fortunato, Tony Smith. I'm JP Shadrick. It's the Scoreboard Show on Jaguars Radio.